so I'm going to try to speak a little longer. I have my night vision on, or selfie light or something, but I wanted to say a little bit more about the importance of ordinary voices, which are extremely strengthening and also very upsetting. Again, the commonplaceness of it is disturbing. And I think when I first read Arthur Schopenhauer, a philosopher from the 1800s, he's so amazing. The will, the world, and the will. It's representation. I can't remember the name of it. The world and the will is representation. Anyway, he's always saying that you are this person inside. It's like an acorn. It's not really his description, I don't think, but it's many. You're born with this acorn seed within you, and it must blossom. It must grow and express itself and be known. And it's a mystery to you, and it's a mystery to others, but it certainly is a mystery to you. And you, the more authentic you are, the more you just listen to it, and you just follow it in the irrational search kind of way that Stella Adler spoke of. And it's not going to be sanctioned by your family, because your family wants to keep you in line. Your family wants you to not be an embarrassment. They want to be able to guide your path in a very traditional manner in the way that they've lived their life. And if you do choose to live it differently, it's extremely threatening. And because you're going towards happiness, you're going towards personal fulfillment, and you're going towards the acorn of your being expressed. And they had to bury their acorn or something, is my theory on the matter. But Schopenhauer said, you have to make peace with who you are. You have to just see the person you are, good and bad, and you have to make peace with it and find a way to love it, because you're stuck with you. And society, or the world, has been a terrible place with the wars and suffering and the cruelty and the abuse. He's all just look into history. I don't even have to make this up. And Dante pulled from life to describe hell, with his heaven and hell. And he said he really had to conjure up something for heaven or something. But, they're little moments, sublime moments. So, life is not here for us to prove ourselves to other people. That's totally the message we're given from the time we're young and in school and everything, but really we are here to be ourselves. We're here to learn lessons. We're here to learn how to not harm other people, starting with ourselves. We're here to respect the people we are, to respect the people who are in front of us, understand that they have an acorn seed within them that they're hopefully trying to get to and learn how to respect as well. And but it is difficult. Life is difficult. This is a big classroom, as Manly P. Hall says. This is a gigantic classroom, and whenever you're on Earth, you're here to work things out because you haven't worked it out in previous lifetimes. So if you think it's going to be a cakewalk or if it's going to be a party, it's not. It's going to be challenging. But the more you listen to your heart and listen to your soul's promptings and remember to live life compassionately, thoughtfully, caringly, you will have less bad stuff happen to you, generally speaking. And I would say that Tony and I have had less bad stuff happen to us. The fact that we have each other in each other's lives is amazing right there. We're so loving and supportive, and we've been able to save each other, or any friend or any mentor that you have that comes in the nick of time and just makes you feel okay about yourself. There's always people that kind of save you in the nick of time, which is really nice. But you have to slug it out, and it's hard. But the more you know that, the easier it becomes. And the more you're listening to the guidance and you're growing as you should, the better it is, and the less your troubles are. And of course, like Tony and I keep our lives so simple, so simple that people just count us out even more. And I just can't care, I'm at the age where I don't care anyway, so thank God. But fast forward, when we were caring for Tony's mom for 2 solid years, the sister who lived in town found a way to pretend it wasn't happening, wasn't helping, was denying that we were really doing anything. And then the closer to the very end of Frances's life, when she was in hospice with a hospital bed here at home for the last 2 months of her life, Lori and her husband would specifically come and try to deny and erase and pretend that Tony and I weren't doing anything. It was insane. It was the most insane juxtaposition of abuse. So not only were we not getting thanked for what we were doing from the mother, appreciated, that was fine. Not fine, but I accepted that. But then the mother was abusive. Hurry, you're enjoying this, aren't you? She's just so fucked up, it's not even worth mentioning. I mean, it might be worth mentioning later, but it's hard to go there still because it was so upside down. So we'd be getting abuse from her and having to change her diapers and wipe her butt and help with a yeast infection, and then she had eye infection and infections all over her body from not bathing because she would refuse baths. I mean, it was just so out of control. So I would ask the sister, can you help me with this? Can you help find a solution? She's like, well, what do you want, a full-time nurse? Or we could sell the house and we could put her somewhere. It's like, that's your solution? She would never be hands-on help, ever. She would just come over and visit and have fake visits with the mother. But I think the mother liked that because the mother was in denial that she was dying. Because narcissists don't age and they don't die. It's really spooky, but it's like they can't handle any insecurity whatsoever, and that's our fridge. But you live, as an artist, you live with insecurity, and you really learn to manage it, and you learn to find a way to love yourself in spite of it. And people who are narcissists never are brave enough to face that, to face the truth that you may be nothing important or nothing special in other people's eyes. I mean, we're all going through life, and everyone's life matters most to themselves, obviously. But people have to live with such a warped denial of their worth, that they think their worth is more than others, and that's where it's just crazy. You can't go after a superiority. You can't. It'll screw you up. It'll screw up the way you treat people around you, and it just creates misery for everybody. Anyway, the juxtaposition of us caring for Tony's mom at the end, so intensely, so intimately, so gross. And then having Lori and Bob try to act like we're not doing anything, or it's no big deal, and then she died right under our noses. Horribly, unhappily, mean. You live as you die, that's for sure. And since then, we've never heard anything about, oh my God, you were amazing to her, you guys. Thank you so much. I know that must have been hard. None of that has been said to us at all. And it's haunting Tony. It's hard to get over because it's so dark. It really is dark. But Schopenhauer, Rousseau, Krishnamurti, Dostoevsky, they all said it, This world, this society, human beings are a very mixed up lot, and they do more harm than good, usually. And the ones that do good get persecuted. That was what The Idiot by Dostoevsky was all about. He was this Christ-like being living amongst us, and he was completely tormented, and he got dragged into people's nonsense because people just couldn't join him. They dragged him down. He was just made crazy. And I think that's what narcissism tries to do. It tries to make you crazy, and it tries to drag you down. Because they know you're above them. Because you love yourself, Okay, that really and truly is all for now. Thank you for listening again.